And that is little Jake, who has been a huge source of inspiration. He's in heaven now, lived on this earth just 2.5 years. You're watching The Dawn Show live and local. Please call in. We're already getting you on Facebook, so please write to me on Facebook, on Dawn Stens Lamenti, or on the Dawn Show Facebook page. But we have here Jake's grandparents, Jim and Lynn Cummings. And thank you so much as our conversation continues, as we talk about Jake's place. Mm-hmm. So this was after the grief of losing your 2.5-year-old sweetheart, the love of your life, your grandson, and going through that type of just devastation in your family with your daughter, Kate, and her husband, Joe. And then she says the words, "Could we build a boundless playground?" And you say, what is a boundless playground? What is a boundless playground?
Well, a boundless playground is boundless. It means that any child, whether they are able-bodied or they are children with disabilities, whether they're in wheelchairs, walkers, crutches, children that may have autism, other neurological disabilities, have a place where they can play with other children. The point of a boundless playground is that it stops the segregation. That's something that people don't even think about, that in this world we believe that everyone is equal, and yet we segregate our children who have abilities and disabilities.
And by the way, all kids can play here.
Everybody can play
here. There's no knowledge. Children don't have a pre-existing knowledge that certain children are disabled and therefore they should be treated different or they are separate from them. So when we go to the playground, which we do all the time, we see the little yellow buses pull up and from the special needs schools, and the kids get out and they're in special apparatus, some of them, or they have people to assist them. But you know what? The other kids don't care. One of the stories we like to tell is about the little kid that for the very first time in life gets on a playground and gets pushed. And mom says, one of the moms says, "Oh, what a terrible thing to happen." And the mom of the child that was pushed said, "This is wonderful. They're being treated like a regular kid."
Because that's what we want.
That's what kids, and this is of course a time lapse.
This is the time lapse
of Jake's place being built. And what amazes me about it is that the entire community and children, school children, feel such a part of this, because it was what, $20 donations.
They build it. This was when we speak in the schools all the time. We always tell the kids, "This is your playground. You build it. Tell your mom and dad, take you to the playground you built."
Yep, they would have fundraisers where they could wear pajamas or a funny hat, and it cost $1. And some schools that translated into $500, and other schools it translated into $26,000 in the Cherry Hill school system. And so everyone that participated in any way feels as though this is theirs, and it should be theirs because they did build it. And
Pennsauken gave us $16,000 from the kids in the Pennsauken school district. We will be out at the diner and kids will recognize us, or we'll be wearing a Build Jake's Pace shirt, and the kid will say to their mom, "Dad, these are the people that are with the playground I built."
Yeah,
the one you take me to.
So they've got equity in this.
Sure,
absolutely.
They do.
And then they take care of it too. I mean, we have now, thank God, we're very blessed to have a 4-year-old, and her first job on the playground is to pick up any bottles, plastic bottles or things, and other kids join right in with that as well. It's kept very, very clean and neat. So I think I want to go back, though, to saying what a boundless playground is, because there's so few playgrounds where a child that's in a wheelchair can actually get on an apparatus and make it move. That's something that is never possible. And then we have spinners. A child, even children in wheelchairs, can get out of a chair or away from their crutches or their walkers and get into the spinner. And even a 4-year-old can make that spinner move by just walking around it.
There it is. There's the sway fun.
Oh yeah, there's the sway fun.
You see kids in there in wheelchairs all the time getting pushed back and forth, kids in special apparatus, and it only takes a little bit of power to make that entire apparatus move.
R.E. Pearson's name is on that because at the 11th hour, we didn't have enough money for all the concrete and the stone, and they came in with $85,000 worth of gifts in kind and their employees to move the stone and to move the concrete and to get it all done for us.
And that was Ari Pearson.
That was
Yeah,
Ari
they're great
Pearson.
people.
I'm gonna
People
give you a
building the
shout out.
turnpike. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. What does it mean to you as grandparents to have this amazing tribute to Jake,
Well,
to his memory?
there is nothing that replaces a child.
No.
And the reason we did this, all of us, our whole family, is because it is life-giving to see other children really enjoy and love and play. And though there's nothing that can ever replace Jake, when we see hundreds of kids running and jumping and playing and they squeal on a playground, children squeal, and it's the sweetest sound in the world.
We're getting the Kleenex
Yeah.
out, while showing the
So-
pictures of Jakey.
You know,
That's his
that's
big brother.
that's the tribute that, you know, his inspiration was that he was always a child. And, you know, when he would take his medicines, they were pretty vile, and he'd go, and then he would smile, you know.
Aw.
So I think,
I hear him there. I go there a lot. And I just close my eyes so I can hear him.
and there are, you know, we have this brick walkway, and there are so many children's names who too are in heaven that have been memorialized there. And it's a holy ground. It's just a sacred place for people to have fun, but also to remember, you know, that sometimes not all of us can be here.
Yeah.
Or at least not in person.
Well, you know, you mentioned the bricks, and when our conversation continues, how you can help. Maybe there's somebody that you want to pay tribute to as we talk about Jake's Place, and we'll talk about miracles too when the Dawn Show continues.